Good morning, everybody. It's me again. I'm coming to you live from my colorful, fun bedroom. That makes me very happy. So, I saw in this group this morning, has anyone ever healed themselves and how? So, I commented and I thought I would do a live on it about how to heal yourself. So, the first thing that came to mind for me was foods, and that includes everything in our environment that we consume, including skincare and any kind of household cleaners that you're using. So I kind of encompass all that as consumption because it's going into our body. So let's talk about foods. So you can meditate all day long and take all the yoga classes that you want and do all this mindfulness, but if there's toxins in your body, they're gonna take over. So, most important thing to do is to first choose a toxin-free lifestyle. Now, that includes foods. So, that means no processed foods, no refined sugar, and dairy is actually very, very, very bad for you. This is not a vegan post because you can eat all the meat you want. I don't care. That's not what this post is about. But dairy is a very, very inflammatory food. It causes all kinds of health issues. And so does, most gluten. So they actually did a study in the United States because people were going to places like Europe, and they were saying, how come I can eat pasta and I don't have a reaction? Well, because the United States, they concluded that 97% of their wheat crop is actually doused in pesticides before they even grow it. So when you're eating gluten, mostly in the United States, it's filled with pesticides, which will definitely inhibit the health of your body. So, I like to say, remove the three devils: gluten, dairy, and sugar. So, that pretty much takes care of all processed foods, because all processed foods have those things in it. They have mostly sugar or gluten. So, there's somewhere that you can start. So, it's really important to eat clean foods, clean foods, whole foods. Whole foods that mean they were not processed. So whatever that means to you. So that's the first step, is clean eating. Eat from the earth. We are made from the earth, so it's really important to resonate with what resonates with us, to eat what resonates with us, which is going to be healthy, resonance foods. So that's the first thing that we can focus on, is toxin-free lifestyle. That also means household chemicals. Lots of chemicals are endocrine blockers. Well, what happens when our endocrine system is all whacked up? Well, that's when we get hormone issues and thyroid issues and all kinds of things that disrupt our endocrine system. So I welcome you to start changing what you use, your toothpaste, your deodorant, your soap, what you clean your house with. I personally only use vinegar and water. Vinegar does just as much good as bleach, okay? It kills mold, it kills bacteria, it kills, it'll keep the creepy crawlies away, I put lemon in there. So lemon and vinegar, really, really high cleanser. I also use Thieves. Thieves is something from Young Living. It has clove and cinnamon and all these really strong herbs from the earth that bugs and mold and toxins or parasites, anything living on the surface, they can't survive when faced with those strong herbs from the earth. So those are the cleaners that I personally use to clean my house and don't need anything else. Now, skincare is really important because the skin is the largest organ in the body, and anything we put on our skin is going to go in our body. So soaps, Gotta use a good soap, good natural soap. Same with toothpaste and deodorant. And any type of lotion, coconut oil is really all you need. Really natural, raw, unrefined coconut oil is really, really, really good for the skin. It's all you need to nourish and hydrate your skin. You don't need all these lotions filled with toxic chemicals. I'm not going to name any names. One of them starts with an L. But those things are really toxic for your body. So first things first, you have to support your body before your mind can actually get on that healing track. Because like I said, you can meditate all day long and do all these practices, but if you're filling your body with toxic chemicals, it's not going to support a healing process. So once you've switched into the toxin-free lifestyle, then your body is ready to heal. And then you can use the power of the mind. So I've talked a lot about change your lens, change your life. So I won't get into that again, but it's really important to nurture your mind with healthy thoughts, and not necessarily even about other people, but about yourself. You know, when we have those self-doubts, or I'm not this enough, or I'm not that enough, you know, those are limiting beliefs. So change your beliefs about yourself, because where did those stories come from? Who created that story? Was it someone from school? Was it, you know, did you get bullied? Was it a parent that never felt you were good enough? You know, you don't need to carry those stories with you. That's a choice. The only person that can validate you is you. So if you allow other people to define and validate you, that can be really harmful also to your healing. And then shadow work comes up a lot, so I'm just going to talk about it now. So what shadow work is when you get a negative feeling like anger, or something irritates you, or you're frustrated, you really have to tap in and say, why? Why does that bother me? Where does this come from? And if you can dig deep down and find out the source, like, oh, it's because I was brainwashed when I was younger, told that this is not good, or this is not, you know, the way. It can really mess with your psyche as we get older, as far as the decisions that we make. So it's really important to dig really deep down. That's why it's called shadow, because it's following you. It's this thing that you're creating that will always be there with you until you really, really tap in and say, why? Why is this bothering me? What is the source of this irritation or anger or sadness? Why does that make me sad? Lots of times, you know, it's very normal to grieve over things or people that are no longer in our life, whether it's a friendship that you lost, or a romance, or an actual physical body leaving this plane. I do understand that grieving is very important, but again, why? Why are we so attached? What is it about this person or this, you know, job or whatever that makes us feel less than whole? What power did we give to this other existence that makes us feel so empty? What is it about ourselves that we're not able to give, to feel complete without that other thing, person, job, whatever existing? Dig really deep down inside and ask yourself, why? Why is this a loss? Now, obviously, if it's a family member, that's completely different. You know, grieve that. That is a part of your growth, your makeup, whatever. But there's always a beautiful side to, you know, things passing. There's all kinds of things, you know, they're no longer suffering. Or I know things happen where it's accidents, you know, why did that happen? Well, another thing is you have to understand other people's karma, right? Other people, and when I say karma, it's not like a deserving. You know, everybody comes on this planet in this form to experience a part of life that is necessary for their spirit and their karma. And though that may not be in alignment with yours, it's really not us. It's not up to us to grab onto that, like needing that thing in our life to feel complete. So the quicker we can just accept, acceptance is accepting things you don't understand, accepting things you don't know the answers to. That's acceptance. It's different than surrender. People ask me, what's the difference between acceptance and surrender? Well, acceptance is having to accept something you don't understand or you don't know, and just allowing it to be what it is. And surrendering is just stop. Just stop trying to figure it out. Just trust. Surrender means give it to God, give it to your source, give it to higher power. Surrendering is one of the most powerful things that you can do for yourself. Okay? And when I say surrendering, that means stop. Stop the obsessive thinking. Stop trying to figure out how. Stop trying to figure out why. Stop trying to figure out when. Trust. So you can't surrender without trusting. Now, how do we trust? Well, trust higher power. That comes with trusting yourself. Can you trust yourself? Can you trust yourself to fully believe that doing nothing is the best thing to do? Again, one of my heroes, Joe Dispenza, says, when you don't know what to do, do nothing. And I think about that all the time. When I don't know what to do, I just surrender and I say, okay, I'm done. You put your intention out there, you set your intention, and then you give it to God, and then you trust that the universe has your best interest in mind. I had a friend of mine that used to say, I believe that we live in a friendly universe. So if that's true, and then something happens, how would a friendly universe respond to that? Well, the universe is your friend. It has your back, and it will always support your beliefs. And if your beliefs are not supportive of your higher self, then you're still going to be supportive of that because those are your beliefs. So changing your beliefs, changing your thinking. What do you deserve? Why don't you deserve that? What, again, shadow work. What makes you think you don't deserve that? So there's layers and layers and layers and layers, and it stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks. So until you unpeel all those layers and start at the root, they're going to keep coming back and haunting you. Okay, so foods, thoughts, and environment. What's in your environment? What kind of people are you surrounding yourself with? What kind of activities are you doing? If you're doing the grind in the 9 to 5 and then you come home and you watch TV and you say, oh, I'm so tired, I don't have time for myself. Well, if you have time to watch TV, you have time for yourself. Another excuse I hear often is, I can't afford that. I can't afford to buy healthy stuff. I can't afford that product or that food or whatever. Well, I always say pay now or pay later with your health. So you're going to end up paying a lot more money if you get sick, okay? Even if you have insurance. We all know that lots of insurance companies are big scams and they don't cover a lot of stuff. So you end up stuck with this thousands bill anyway. So, and it's not even about that. It's about like getting to that point where you actually have to rely on an external opinion from someone who's just studied something from a book to tell you what's best for your body. Like that doesn't, I don't see the connection there. I know sometimes we get in vulnerable states and we think that because somebody has a degree and they studied something that they might know what's best for you. Well, they might have some information, given that the information is coming from a supported source. But in my research and understanding, most Western philosophies are coming from one source. And that source has been proven to not be in our best interest. Okay, these sources are the ones that are poisoning our foods. So these are the people that they got their education from, and then you're going to them to trust them to tell you what to do with your body. So there's a huge disconnect there. Okay, only you will know what's good for your body. okay? Pay attention to your body. Pay attention to how you feel when you eat certain foods. Well, the reason that you're tired and you're working 9 to 5, what are you eating? Are you going to get fast food? Are you not eating? Are you too busy to eat? You know, all these excuses of I can't. Well, that's choice. You know, everything's a choice. So choose better in support for your health. So I don't really know where I'm going with this. I never know where I'm going with this. I just talk. So trust yourself. Trust yourself more than you trust anyone else. People say all the time, oh, he's the best doctor. He's had this and that. Well, you know what? My dad had the best doctor, and he got killed. So there you go. Just be really mindful of who you're trusting, where that source comes from, where their information came from. That's why I choose to go to naturopaths and holistic doctors, because holistic means getting to the root of the problem. You know, if you have a headache, you don't take something to fix the headache. You figure out why you're getting headaches. Is it too much caffeine? Is it too many thoughts? Is it, are you living near a cell tower? All those things. Be really mindful of your environment. If you're not mindful of your environment, you can't heal, because your environment is sitting there attacking you while you're doing all these mindfulness exercises and meditation and exercising. If your environment is not supporting you, you can't heal. You might heal temporarily, but then these things will just keep coming and attacking you and ruining your progress. So my advice to you on how to heal yourself would be foods, shadow work, and trusting yourself. Trusting that whatever you're going through is what you're meant to go through. It's just going to make you stronger. A lot of times people think, you know, why me? Why does this keep happening? Well, if you put yourself in victim mode and you say, why does this keep happening? Then you're going to get more of, why does this keep happening? So instead of why does this keep happening, I always say, don't ask why, just say thank you. Say thank you for this experience. Thank you for this opportunity to grow. Thank you for this opportunity to get to understand myself and my choices and the consequences that they have with my body and my mind. So always say thank you, because everything is a lesson. And if you don't, and if you're constantly like blaming and this and that, you're never going to get the lesson, because there's always this external thing. There is no external thing. Everything is within. So dig deep down inside and ask yourself why. Don't ask the universe why. Say, why do I keep attracting these things? What is it about me that I am resonating that is drawing these circumstances towards me? We have to take responsibility for ourselves. That is the biggest thing. Take responsibility for yourself. Stop with the, my dad told me this, or my uncle was an alcoholic, or I was abused. I get that. We all have part of that trauma. Everybody has trauma. Every single person does have trauma. So let's stop blaming the trauma, and then let's start thanking it and saying, thank you for these experiences. Thank you for the opportunity that I can grow from this. Thank you for the lesson that I can learn from this. Thank you for allowing me to make better choices. Thank you for allowing me to see what I don't want in my life, right? Sometimes we don't know what we want until we know what we don't want. So it's really important to have those experiences of what we don't want, because it gets us closer to what we want. So embrace those situations that are less, desirable, and thank them. Thank them for the opportunity for growth. So I'm going to close this Facebook Live with how to heal yourself with foods and mindfulness. But environment is key. Make sure you have an environment that supports you. Make sure you have a support system. Find people that are doing things that you would love to do, that you would love to learn from. Find people that inspire you. Find people, if you're out drinking all the time and you got your drinking buddies and you have fun, great, that's awesome. But do you have any friends that are really there to support your spirit? If not, maybe it's time to be alone. Being alone is the best thing that you can do. It's how you figure out who you are and what you want. Everything else is just a distraction. It's just a distraction or a validation. So spend some time alone. Really go through your daily regime. Be mindful of what you're putting in your body, and that includes thoughts. So yeah, that's how you heal yourself. You have to have an environment that supports you. That includes external and internal. Of course, once you're there, once you get to that place, there's all these things, which I've done videos on ridding limiting beliefs and all those things. So then you take that extra step. Okay, once you've cleaned your environment out, then you take that extra step and you say, okay, everything in my outside environment is supporting me. Now I'm ready to heal. And then you do all the mindfulness work and the exercising and all of those things. But food is number one. Food is medicine. So be kind to yourself with foods. And if you slip up, that's okay. I slip up too. We're human. That's part of the process. But just move on. Forgive yourself. Do extra, sweat more the next day. Sweat out some toxins. Do more grounding to raise your vibration, to counteract the lower vibrations that you've put into your body. Real quickly, grounding is bare feet, bare hands into nature. That's why they call it tree hugging. You literally, everything's through our extremities. So when we put our hands or our feet in nature, I encourage people to walk barefoot in the ground for at least 20 minutes a day to absorb the frequencies of the earth, because that will help balance your frequency. Everything's frequency. Everything. Foods, thoughts. Everything's a frequency. We are frequencies. So the more you understand frequencies and how they affect our body, the more you can take power of your health. And that's why I wrote my book, because if we don't understand frequencies and we don't understand the frequencies of things, toxins have zero frequency, so nature has high frequency. So when we're putting higher frequencies in and around our body can operate at a higher frequency, and therefore it can support the mind, and you can feel good, and you're not going to feel like shit. You can't go meditate and then go drink a Coke. Just saying. Food is thy medicine. Heal thyself. Treat yourself well. Treat your mind well, treat your body well, and you will heal. Believe that you have that power, because you do. The mind and foods and all that stuff is what got you sick in the first place. So if you shift all those things into a higher frequency, you can heal yourself. It's that simple of a concept. It's a little more difficult of a process, but it's a very simple concept. If your environment is what got you sick, and change your environment. So that's all I have to say for today. I hope you... Hi, Ricardo. I'll see you in 6 days. So, support your environment with healthy stuff. It will support your mind and your body. If you missed a portion of this video, I encourage you to go back and watch it, because we do have the power to heal ourselves. So I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Blessings to you, and happy healing. I'm here if you need me. Reach out if you have any questions. I have many suggestions on what to replace in your life to make yourself healthier. So until next time, enjoy this beautiful day. Enjoy beautiful you, and lots of love and light to you. I love you so much, and I'll see you soon on the next live. Bye-bye.